Okay, I started.
Okay.
Yeah, now you can ask
Yeah.
any of your queries, then we'll see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, 1 minute. So while I'm creating this service master service external, while doing this external service management, during the creation of PO, it's asking us about the account assignment. So it will be asking about the cost center
Yeah.
and the GL account. So for that, I already created a cost center for that with the controlling area and all. But when I'm trying to assigning this cost center, it's showing that GL account cannot be used. Please correct.
Yeah, it would be the GL. If we have two kinds of GL accounts: profit and loss GL accounts and expenses GL accounts. Okay, in real time, it will be taken care by FI consultant. Okay, he will provide you the list of GL accounts. Which GL account has to be assigned to what? For example, these are the list of GL accounts you need to assign to consumption accounts. Means GBP, VPR, VBO, such kind of things. And certain GL accounts he will give, you have to assign for BSX, and certain GL accounts he will give you to assign to GRIR clearing account WRX. Okay, but in IDES, when you are doing this kind of any GL account you will use without having the proper knowledge, right? At that point of time, you may get that kind of errors. But if the GL account is having that expenses account and they are available in the proper details and everything, and even if it's a profit and loss account, whatever the respective account is proper, then you won't get that kind of error message. To MMFI is for material type, material number, material group, okay, the transaction event keys, BSX and all those things. These are all MM parts, okay. Chart of accounts, valuation class, JL account, these are coming from the FA.
They will be giving us the valuation class on the GL accounts, and we will be assigning to the transaction keys and all.
Exactly.
Okay.
For purchase order release procedure, if you take the purchase order release procedure, we can assign only one class. Okay, we can have multiple release groups, but class will be only one. SAP has given only we can have one release class for a release procedure. We cannot have a multiple release classes. That's why you can create multiple release groups, but you should assign only one class. In IDA system, what will happen when you are practicing, if somebody has already created a class and he has assigned it, then either you should use the same class which is assigned by him, or else we need to delete it. There is no other option.
Delete it.
Yeah, you have to delete this line item, and or else you have to give the other class which is created by you. But you cannot give multiple classes in purchase order. Okay, for external purchasing documents, you can have only one class, whether it is a contract or a purchase order. All should be using only one class. When it comes to purchase requisition, we can have two classes. One is for item level, another one is for header level. But for purchasing, for external purchasing documents, you will have only external. That's why you should have only one class that can be assigned to multiple release groups. Okay, this can be assigned to different release groups you can create, but class should be same. When you are creating any characteristic, okay, in CT04, if you give the values here, what is the use of that? That values will be visible when you are maintaining in the strategies. Means when you are maintaining,
here you can values.
Exactly. If you give here, there you can just select it. If you don't give here, there you have to give manually. But generally the suggestion is we always have to maintain the values in characteristics. Then when you maintain the strategies, we just select which characteristic value you want. Okay. But to allow system to give directly, we should keep this one. Okay. Certain clients, what will they do? They remove this one. Okay. Then what will happen in CL20N means when they maintain release strategies, you cannot give any new value. Only you have to maintain here, then you have to select it. Then it's kind of a master data, that is kind of a transaction data. When you are maintaining that strategies, you have to click on F4. Once you click on F4, you will get all the values, okay, which are maintained here. Then we can select it. The best method is you have to maintain in CT04 and select in CL20N. in this, what this node is available in the purchasing. See, purchasing environment data, then define attributes for system messages. This define attributes for system messages will be available under inventory management, under master data, everywhere it will be available. Okay. See, whatever activity you are doing, for example, purchasing organization, company code are not relevant, or price you are giving is not relevant, or else if you are giving some plant which is not relevant to the company code, for every activity system will have a messages. Okay, here we can control whether it is error message or a warning message. Error message means it's see, if you give error message, it will give in a red color, and you cannot save the document. But if it is a warning message, you will get yellow color, but you can proceed the transaction, and also you can complete the transaction. Whatever the messages you are getting when you create a material or when you create a purchase order, here in this case it is a purchase order, purchase requisition, all kind of purchasing documents. You can see few things. Info record for vendor and material does not exist. Okay. See, for example, when you create consignment PO, for example, at that time info record is mandatory, then you will get this error message. Okay. Or else if you maintain a source list, then you made a source list fixed indicator. Okay. At that point of time, to make a source list with a fixed indicator, info record is mandatory. Okay, then this message will come. That kind of different kind of messages were written. That messages will be what you call populated by the system when you are doing the respective transaction. Here we can control which can be error message and which can be warning. So the very critical things we keep it as error message, and things which are not critical, which can be used as a what you call messages, then we keep it as a warning. This is a number range maintenance. Okay, now we are in the MMNR screen. If you get error message like no intervals are allowed, or intervals are already completed, such kind of any messages if you get, the overlapped one kind of thing, what you have to do is in real time these kind of things won't happen, because for each range we will give some 10 lakhs or 50 lakhs like that. Okay, but in IDES what will happen, some people may give a complete range, means 1 to that 900 billions or whatever it is. They will eat completely things. Then you have to come to status tab, and where it was completely eaten, means we completely utilized it. Okay, that current number you just change. For example, you can come here and you can make it as a current number as a blank. Okay, for example, you can make current number as a 0, for example, like this. Then system can allow you to delete it. Okay, or else we can do the same thing, 2012-999. For example, you want to change and all, then we can change to some 600. Some range you have decreased it, right? Now you can come down. Now if you see this, 200 to 600 is there. But to change the intervals here, first of all you have to make current number as a 0. Okay, like that we need to adjust. In real time these kind of things won't happen. In IDES system only you get frequently, because the people who are working in the different people may, especially when you use the online SAP, then people will different people will work, right? They can maintain anywhere and anything like that. Because a stock transfer order with delivery and without delivery, the main benefits are like, for example, when you use with delivery, what will happen once we get the purchase order? In that purchase order, we can from purchase order we will generate the outbound delivery, right? In outbound delivery, we can do the batch determination. Okay, once the batch determination is completed, then we can do the goods issue from the same place. But when it comes to goods STO without delivery, then against PO only you have to do the goods issue. Then system doesn't, we cannot do that batch determination automatically, and also the batch which is given in the purchase order won't copy to goods receipt automatically. And main thing is GR without STO without delivery we use when it is having the same place. Okay, just they want a reference of the purchase order to transfer the materials, but they don't want that delivery, all those things. Okay, at that point of time,
Okay.
they will go with this without delivery, but maximum they will go with the delivery only.